Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'll be showing you how to go from 0 to 100k. So whether you've got no coins to start off with or you just want 100,000 more coins, you're in the right place, and we're going to show you step by step. So make sure to say thanks, to drop a like down below, and of course subscribe. And if you do need some coins to help you along the way, well, if you guys are fed up of coming against neeks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to mitchcactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to mitchcactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. First of all, you want to head over to the store and have a look at what you get for free first of all. So we go to promo packs. Sometimes there will be promo packs there like 10 coins. At the minute, we've not really got anything that isn't insanely expensive. What I would say is if you're buying promo packs right now, go for the ones where you get an extra pack back so that you can then have that around the team of the year time period. Now with the promo pack I got today, or the preview pack, we actually got Koke, who's worth about 3k, 2k right now. So realistically, it's not the greatest preview pack, but I'm going to buy this one because it's got a few things in it that I can use. I can break it down and pretty much make the coins back if I sell everything or find a use for it. If we have a look here, obviously that's probably not going to go for a lot, but we'll give it a go. It's always worth sometimes having a go at getting a second preview pack. I prefer it because sometimes in the second one you get something really good, and obviously if the first one makes enough back, it's worth giving a try. So you got a CDM there, French. It's unlikely that's going to be anything decent, so we won't buy that second one. But what we will do is head over to the SBC section where the next set of free coins lie. So of course you've got your challenges, daily versus challenge. That is free coins. You want to get that done even if you have to pay for it, because the return is usually going to be a lot higher than what you pay for the actual SBC itself. Then you want to head over to icons and complete any Born Legend and Rising Star. Now I'm going to show you me doing this one here. Essentially they're two SBCs that what you do when you pop the players in, you're pretty much guaranteed yourself at least 3k or 4k back from these two SBCs. Now a lot of us will have bronze rares in our clubs that aren't going to sell for anything. They're literally worthless or they're untradeable, similar to silver rares. You usually have some just sat there in your club. Now by popping them in here, you get a tradable reward back that usually has a decent thing in it at some point. Now we've completed both SBCs. We've got myself a free common gold players pack and a small silvers. So we're going to pop both open. Usually you get a very good reward from the silver pack. And then the common one, where you're lucky, is if you manage to get a player who's in a promo, because common players, if they have a promo card, will be in a common pack. So essentially you can get a 10k, 20k card. So Tarnavu looks like we're just going to keep him for the next sort of SBC that we need to use that kind of player for. We look like we might be getting 2k out of Ngok. Let's just pop her up for 2k, so that's decent. Roselove there, I mean I would have thought more, but we'll try and get him up for 250. And Pellegrino, so we've got a nice little bit of sparkling water there. We'll pop him up for 600. Do you know what? The return from this pack, I can send the rest to club, really, but the return from that's about 3-4k anyway. We got a good player, and then a couple other sort of 500-600 coins, which is exactly what you want. So we've not been lucky enough to get ourselves a promo player. We got 500 coins there, realistically, probably the same there. So you're looking at maybe, I guess, a K across that pack, but across the two SBCs, we've got 5k from literally nothing, and that can really help you go from there and then trade up. And before we go into the transfer market to look at the methods, we're going to open this 81 times 11. If I get a player who is usable or worth above 100k, I will give away £20 worth of FIFA points. So it's a good pack. We have a good chance here. We've got Polish centre back. PSG, I think that's an 85. Okay, so I mean, it's not great. It's really not the best. I'm not sure that entire pack was worth 100k. So that's a little bit of an L on my part, but we'll give you a chance to win some more over on shorts, so make sure to check that out. So let's imagine you've got your 5k that you've got from those SBCs we've done there. We're going to have a look through each league. What is the next step? So you can obviously go Prem. There's a lot of 84, 85 rated filters that are pretty good. You've got 86 filters in quite a lot of leagues as well. But I think the best place to go first is Serie A. So if you have a look through, there are quite a good few, I think, Brazilian defenders, and that's quite a good one on the very, very base level. So if we have a look at defender, Brazilian, and I want to say gold rare is probably going to be important for this one as well. If we have a look, you're going to have a few players. So we've got Bremer here, who I still see you. Now let's imagine you've just finished those SBCs, you've got yourself 5k, where do you go next? The easiest thing to do is to trade on the back of the marquee matchup. So the key teams over in the Serie A, it's not this one, it is the badge with the blue horse. So Napoli, I do know the normal Napoli badge, but I don't know the fake EAFC one. And then we've also got Torino, I think. So if we have a look at those, they're probably going to be the easiest to make filters off. It's not Torino, it is Torino. It is Torino, don't worry, I'm not completely insane. So we're looking around the 1K mark for these bad boys. You want to check which ones are going to have a filter. So gold rare might not, it might just be the gold cards. It does look like it's mostly the gold cards that you're going to get snipes out of. Let's have a look. So realistically, gold commons is the way to go for this one. You want to pop this down to about 500, 400 coins and then snipe from there. So we've already seen one already. You can see there's none at 600, 650 you start seeing them come in. I think we could sell these at around 700 coins. EA tax would be 35. So if we go to there, you're making 130 coins or 100 and yeah, around that, 130 coins. My maths is pretty bad right now. I'm quite tired, but we're going to hope that that is roughly right. So we can see there's a few coming up here at 500, which you'd be making like 165 per card. So realistically, very decent profit per card there. Oh, and we've messed that one up. You can see if you were maybe not as bad at sniping apparently as I am, you'd definitely be able to get a decent bit of profit out of this. Obviously I've made a few mistakes there in terms of actually getting the cards. The next one obviously we can head over to is Napoli, so let's just have a look what they're looking like. Obviously you can try gold and gold common on both to see what's going to work. They're both recently in a marquee matchups and at the minute they're holding a decent value, so realistically it should last probably until next Tuesday, potentially next Wednesday. So the gold, basically gold commons again, really. If we knock it down to 650, yeah, so you'd realistically be looking at a pretty similar rate, 500 for this one probably rather than 550, but see which one kind of works for you, which one you can get in a player easier off. You might find one a little bit sort of easier than the other. I would say at the minute neither of them have worked for me because I'm terrible at sniping, but they're good filters. You've got a lot of cards coming up and I know you guys will smash it. Then we're going to head over to PSG for a similarly priced filter, a little bit higher in terms of cost. You've got Kimpembe sat at around 1,000 coins at the moment, so you can pretty much sell him for 1.1 if you sort of list him a couple times. Realistically, you do a bit of lazy listing, we can definitely get a 1.1 sale out of him, which means we can pick him up for 950 if we want to, but I would say probably going for 900 as a minimum is a better thing to do. If there is one on the market, there's a couple here, so that's kind of a little bit different, so we'll definitely go for 900 instead of that 950. Now if you were going to buy all of those Kimpembes and list all of them at 1.1, it would potentially be worth doing, because realistically if you did it like that you can actually change his value because you're buying up the entirety of the lower of the market. If you're not going to buy all of them, it's probably not worth it. Now it doesn't look like sniping is being too kind to me right now, so we're just going to do a bit of compare price, see if we can find one this way. Hopefully, I think his minimum from the looks of things is 700, so we can get him for as low as 750 on a snipe there. Then a really easy one to head over to that we have really enjoyed across this year is Gold Rare Premier League, and you can switch it between two teams. We've got Arsenal for one, where you've got Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and then you've also got Gabriel Standard, so just Gabriel, and then you've also got, if we head over to Newcastle, a pretty similar setup. You've got different ratings here, but actually Joe Linton seems to have hold a value for most of this year, so you've got Joe Linton there, and you've also got the likes of Bruno Guimaraes. Now a good next step over in the Premier League is to go minimum 1050 and then head over to Portugal. You've got a few options here with Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Bruno Fernandes, all sat at the 88 ranking. So realistically, we can make a decent profit. You've also got the likes of Ruben Diaz as well. So you've got a decent few players. Unfortunately, Cancelo moved away, so we don't have him in there anymore. But you've got a decent profit that can be made of all of these. I mean, 20k right now is absolute steal. They will soar up when big SBCs come over Team of the Year, especially when we are all out of coins. So it's definitely going to be one that might even be worth investing on. Let's say we sell these at 21k a piece. Realistically, EA tax is around 1,000 coins at 20k, so if we go to around 19,000, we're making, I think, oh, that one would have been a k and a bit. We're making just under a k with this one, but 18,500 would have been absolutely lovely. This one's a really easy filter, especially with Fernandes in there as well. It just is. I mean, he comes up, but I can't. I'm just bad at sniping at the minute. Oh, come on. I mean, I think this is my Wi-Fi. I'm going to blame it to the fact that I'm on a big TV and Wi-Fi, and big TVs are bad for like speed and stuff. So definitely not my fault. And make sure to subscribe out of sympathy